Hey, y'all, welcome in for this episode of the Senior Network. I'm Jessica Sarrett. I'm filling in for Becky Davis today. And we have the pleasure of starting off the show with Tatiana Zanzig of PruittHealth Home Health, and she is their community relations representative. Hey, Tatiana, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. We're glad that you can zoom in with us here for a minute. So we do want to jump right in. We have the holidays coming up, and we know that you guys have a lot of various different services. But one we want to kind of focus on here is your in-home physical therapy. Now, how does that work? Is that something that, people have to qualify for? If you could walk us through that a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So we do, like you said, we do offer various services: nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, social work, the list goes on. But yes, I really wanted the focus to be on physical therapy because I do feel that it is so underutilized. Mm-hmm. And I really think that if people only knew the benefit of just staying active and to keep moving every single day safely, mm-hmm. It can really benefit them so much in the long run. So you do have to qualify for it if you would like to receive home health, which is physical therapy in the home. Insurance typically pays for it, oftentimes at 100%.
Oh, very
and
nice.
It's a service.
Mm-hmm.
It's temporary. So a lot of the times we'll see patients coming right out of a hospital or a rehab facility, and they really want to continue those services that they were receiving in the facility, mm-hmm. but in the home setting to make sure that an individual doesn't wind up back in the hospital. But we're really seeing an increased incidence of community referrals. So just individuals, hearing about us, finding us online, and reaching out and just saying, hey, I'm having a hard time. I'm declining. I'm not able to, get up out of bed as easily anymore. Mm-hmm. It's harder to get up a flight of stairs. What do I do to get you on service? And we just kind of work with them and try to get in the home as soon as possible so that we can, get them stronger.
Sure. Now, I'm with you. I'm definitely a firm believer that, a body in motion stays in motion. But we've talked too on past shows with you guys about physical therapy. And isn't there something like mm-hmm. where it ties into like your percentage of not being revisited, like going back to the hospital? Isn't that like one of the benefits of physical therapy is like you're less likely to end up back in hospital care?
You are absolutely right about that. It really is, like I said before, it definitely promotes long-term positive outcomes. Mm-hmm. And also it can really, the stronger that an individual is, the more that they're able to safely, ambulate and get from point A to point B.
Sure.
Really even from a fall prevention standpoint as well. Mm-hmm. But you're absolutely right. It does prevent hospital readmission as well.
What does that process look like to get qualified? Is that something like you guys have to come out and see them and evaluate, or how does that work?
So luckily, we do not have to go out and see an individual to evaluate. We need the proper paperwork. So according to Medicare guidelines, we would just need, of course, insurance information mm-hmm. and, basic demographics. And then we would need like a most recent doctor's note. So for some, that might be a recent hospitalization, mm-hmm. And we could get, paperwork from that. Or it could be if they were recently seen by their doctor and they discussed the issues that they were having. If we could just obtain that documentation and get an order from the doctor, then we could move forward. And the first visit would, if all else goes okay, and we think that they would qualify for home health, the first visit would be considered the start of care. Okay. So it's pretty simple process for the patient because we tend to do all the legwork as far as getting the documentation that we need. Mm-hmm. We kind of just need them to express the interest in home health, and then we take it from there.
I gotcha. Well, Tatiana, that is some fantastic information. We appreciate you zooming in with us and taking a few minutes, and thank you so much. We will be right back in a moment.